Hey, it's Rob Weinberg, and on this channel, we empower people to take control of their futures through expert mortgage, financial, and real estate strategies. If it's your first time watching, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notified on all of our future content. In today's whiteboard lesson, we're going to be talking about the impact of inflation and specifically how inflation impacts mortgage rates and real estate. Inflation and mortgage rates are very, very closely linked, but why is that? So when inflation rises, the purchasing power of a fixed rate mortgage decreases. All right, so to compensate the investor for that eroding value of money, lenders have to increase the interest rate. Therefore, rising inflation pretty much always leads to rising mortgage rates, as we're seeing. In the inverse, when inflation's coming down, you're going to also see mortgage rates come down. I know everybody's hoping for that to come very, very soon. How does inflation impact home prices, specifically real estate values? So in a high inflation environment, we generally are going to see home prices rise because the cost of constructing or building a new home is also going to be increasing. Specifically, I'm talking about the prices of labor, materials, and everything that it costs to build a home from the ground up. So as those costs increase, you're also going to see the prices of existing real estate increase as well. We definitely want to also understand that you can see the opposite. When the inflation's coming down, interest rates are going down, you can generally see home prices also moderating or decreasing as well. The next item I want to talk about in our lesson is investor profitability. So a lot of people are real estate investors buying homes to receive income from. And it's important that we understand real estate investment in the context of inflation, because the rent that you're receiving today on a property or the mortgage that you have today on the property may not necessarily give you all the numbers for the future. And here's what I'm talking about. Generally, during these times of high inflation, you're going to see insurance on property increase. Property taxes are going to increase. You're also going to see rents that can increase as well. So as a real estate investor, as someone who's buying property or owns property to receive income, you need to begin with the end in mind and set your finances up for each property, understanding these fluctuations and changes in inflation and how that could also impact you as an investor. So what I'm talking about is, again, the property taxes, the home insurance, as well as the rent that you're charging on an investment property today may not be the same 2, 3, 5 years from now. The rent might be higher, it might be lower, and same thing with the property tax and insurance, although generally taxes and insurance only seem to go up. So you want to keep that in mind when you're doing your numbers and doing your analysis on a property, understanding that those costs increase over time, and you need to make sure that your numbers work for the particular property that you're looking at. The next item that we'll discuss here in our lesson is government policy and how government policy actually can impact inflation and in the real estate market. So monetary policy set by central banks, which is the raising and lowering of the federal funds rate, it has a significant influence on mortgage rates, but it's not a direct impact, okay? So, as those numbers fluctuate and the Fed raises the federal funds rate or pauses, you're not going to see they raised it a quarter and mortgage rates go up a quarter. It's really just the rhetoric, the information that they give, and the posture that they give during the speeches when they're raising and changing the interest rates that will drive what mortgage rates are going to do. Because again, mortgage rates are forward-looking and they're looking at what is inflation projected to be. The higher it's projected to be, the more you'll see mortgage rates increase. The lower it's expected to be, the more you'll see those decrease. So that government policy can definitely have an impact. When central banks are increasing interest rates, it's generally so that they can have an impact on inflation. They want to stop that inflation. And lower rates are generally going to be put in place to stimulate the economy or to stimulate the housing market. So these type of policies, specifically the lowering of the interest rates, can really help to spur economic activity, spur a lot of growth in the housing market, and also, of course, more affordable mortgages by having lower monthly payments. So that's how government policy can affect the real estate market and mortgages. Now, it's important that you understand the cyclical nature of mortgages and of mortgage interest rates, as well as the real estate market. So these are all rate cycles. I've been in the industry now over 21 years, and I've seen a couple of these rate cycles. A lot of people don't realize about the cyclical nature because for the last 10 plus years, we've been in this downward trend, okay? Up until, I should say, the last 12 to 24 months. We had been in this major downtrend for decades. So we aren't really used to the interest rates increasing the way that they have, but step back and understand the rate cycles, that this is cyclical, and that if you're buying a home or financing today when the interest rates are on the higher side, you will ultimately have that opportunity to get a new mortgage when that cycle changes and we go into that decreasing rate environment. So I hope that this has given you some good information and knowledge, education about inflation and the impact of inflation on mortgage rates and the real estate market. If I can be of assistance to you or someone that you know, you can reach out to me for a one-on-one personal consultation. My direct line is 860-413-3938. You can reach out to me by call, text, or private message. Hope that helps as always, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.